Hello and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you all things TCG. My name is Preston. I'm here with Sam. Say hello.
Hello, I'm so excited to be talking about set 2 today.
Set two, and the color that I think you played the most of during set one. We're talking
Blue!
about,
I
yeah,
didn't choose blue, blue chose me. It's not really my fault. It's been a lot of fun though. I played blue in Dragon Ball 2 actually, so maybe I have a problem.
it's possible, yeah.
But I'm excited to talk about set 2 for blue. Blue got a lot of really cool cards, so let's get right into it actually. Blue featured a new archetype in discard. Bandai has had familiarities with this archetype in the past. If you played any of Naruto, they are very familiar with the discard mechanic, and I think we got a little bit of it in this set. So let's just quickly go into what I think this deck would possibly look like and what cards you'll be playing at least four of, and counts of cards that I think you should at least try. Step
Yeah,
one, Buggy. If you're playing
that
Impel
just
Down, use your Searcher. Gotta play him. Really good.
Yeah. You want to have a searcher? That's a good place to start. You want to have 2K counters? That's another good place to start.
Bam!
I believe we added the Impel Down one. I believe we also added um, Alvito because it's blue and Mihawk. At varying counts, you'll probably play maybe one or two of each of these. Um, the Impel Down Mr. 2 is definitely going to get played because it works with your whole mechanic
Yeah.
and most likely stops you from. Is he the one that stops you from decking out, or is it Mr.
He is
3?
the one that stops you from decking out. Yeah, it's a legitimate concern for this deck, I think.
Yes, tons of draw power
Tons.
for this archetype.
Tons of movement. The cards I think work really well together. I think out of all of the archetypes, this is probably the one that got just did the best in its own little world. I don't think a lot of other blue cards will synergize too well. The combo cards will. You can't get around the heavy combo cards, and plus they're good. Elvita and Drake are playable cards. They're good. But the mechanics themselves work really well. Like Inuzama is a 4 drop 7K when you have one card in your hand. That's really easy to do in this deck. And then Mihawk when attacking, I like that a lot of the cards don't require Dawn. I think that's a mechanic that Blue really gets away from in this set at least. Even their heavy hitters, none of them have when Dawn are attached. So a lot of your Dawn can be focused on actually playing character cards or attaching Dawn to increase strength, which I think is really important for this deck.
Yeah, this is a crazy mechanic to say you don't have to do most of the things by attaching Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of other mechanics, especially like set one red and
Mm-hmm.
other colors, you really have to push through by only playing a certain amount and then attaching Dawn to push your attacks.
Huh?
This mechanic, you don't have to. You just get rid of all the cards in your hand and
Yeah.
then push your effects even further. So it's really nice to see a pretty cohesive deck out of the set. And I don't know how good it's going to be totally, but
It's gonna struggle. It's gonna see a lot of cards. Your Vonk that says, and then your turn you have zero cards and draw two. So you're gonna start your opponent's turn with two cards, then you're gonna draw one for yourself, and three cards is probably the most you'll see at any point. But you're gonna see cycles of cards. Like if you can get rid of your hand with either New Kama Land or Boa Hancock or whatever it may be to draw a new three with the Vonk. Or you're gonna keep one, draw two with the Vonk, and then hopefully the one you kept was a playable card to spawn something. So there's cheeky stuff. It'll have tempo at any time it wants. I think not being able to recover or use event cards from the discard pile is a bummer. We played that mechanic in Naruto, so we thought it might come over because there was a ton of similarities. But they gave us Daz Bones, which I think is a nice little add an event card that costs one to your hand, costs one from your hand. So I'm thinking it'd probably input on All Stars. That's probably the one I'd imagine. It could be Spada. One of the two, depending on what you look like. It'll probably be Spada. Um, but like I said, I think the mechanic works really well. I think Luffy as your KO card is very successful. Anything that has double attack will always have immediate note. Like immediately take note of it. It'll be something in my head. And he bounces a 4 or less as well. So you could bounce, a key blocker, maybe an Uda. But you can also bounce your own things. This is a mechanic that blue players have been very comfortable with, and Daz Bones is a great target for that. So I think there's a lot of cool things you can't deck out because of Bon Clay. I like that Mr. Galeno restands, and it's just an exciting mechanic, something very new, very fresh, and I'm excited that Blue took that on.
Yeah, absolutely. And they got a zero cost event card, which is interesting. So
I think this might just be a good card. I think this might just be in decks. It'll surprise people, and it's 3K power. Most of your one drop cards cost only to 2, so it's stronger than most of those cards. So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I'm excited about this. This deck is definitely one that I'm going to try. So
Did you want to talk about Impel All Stars and their guest appearance by
okay,
real quick?
I really didn't want to talk about it. The fact that Jinbei wasn't in this blue set actually made me kind of mad. Like how he did everything.
Yeah.
I would have given anything for this Mihawk to have been a 6-drop 8K Jinbei. He better be a promo. I'll lose it.
Yeah, promo Jinbei coming.
I'll
Fingers crossed.
lose it. The Jinbei disrespect stops here. Anyway, for anyone still playing Warlords or excited to play Warlords, it still got some things. It didn't get a ton, but what it did get, I think, was very impactful. The first card has to be this Gecko Moria. I know it might just be a vanilla, but 4 is the threshold for Dofi, and playing something that will probably survive because the threshold for damage is still 5k, unless you're playing Whitebeard. So Gecko Moria might not be good in that matchup, but other than that, Gecko Moria will survive most of these encounters now because of this power boost. So I can imagine that Gecko Moria will probably be at a 4 count if you're still playing Doflamingo. This Dofi is really cool. It's a little more peep, some blocker removal, and this Kuma is a really easy add as well. I think has combo power. I don't know if this Drake's gonna be played, but he's cool, so I wanted to add him here.
Yeah, I mean, you already have a good Mihawk in set 1.
It's true, he's there.
He's there. He's probably still getting played. This Doflamingo probably replaces your Peronas, or at least gives you 4 of these and 2 Peronas if you're worried about missing your 1 drop. I think it definitely improves your set 1 Warlords. We'll see if it still stands up to your purples, your greens in set 2. Go check out the Meta Monday. I think that Law deck's gonna do a lot of hurt to a lot of different decks. So this blue mechanic might just go to the wayside.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's going to be contesting with that mid game tempo that green is going to be probably dominating. So blue has to win in the event card matchup because red's really not playing. Red and green aren't playing, so we have to make a lot of use out of it. It's definitely going to be a tougher matchup. That green law is not the green red law is not going to be fun to play against. That's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I think Impel Down stuff is really exciting. I think that them boosting your set 1 stuff with a couple extra warlords is great. I think it's good game building, good game design.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how these decks actually perform in the upcoming meta.
Yeah, blue did a good job. I'm really excited for what blue did. Didn't feel like a lot of wasted cards. We still got a couple buggy pirates, which was random, but we keep getting them. We got an Elvita, we got these 2 guys, so maybe we'll get a little buggy. Maybe we'll get a little buggy action later on. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a buggy in his big old cloak. He's it's like a 10, it's like a 9-drop 0 power, and he just like does some crazy stuff. Oh, that's like a funny buggy card.
Oh my goodness!
But that'll do it for our coverage of set 2 blue. Let us know in the comments. Is there a card that we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about a lot of the event cards because I think it's a little tough for that new mechanic. But was there one that we missed that you liked? There's some 6K pumps out there. What do you think about that? If you're a Warlord player, are you excited about some of the Warlords? Do you think I'm right about the Gecko Moria? Think that'll be at a 4 count?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. That'll do it from us here at Good Game Nation, and we'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Later.